WordPress is a content management system. It is an application that works as an interface between a publisher, a database, and a visitor who is visiting your website. But what exactly is content management? So far in the course, you have learned how to create posts and pages, how to organize them, and how to add media items to them. All these actions are part of content management. And what makes WordPress so powerful is because it gives you the ability to manage your content by yourself. Let me remind you that you have already been managing the contents in WordPress. You already know how to add or remove categories and tags on any posts at any time and reorganize your content whenever you want. You've also seen that once you add an image to a post in WordPress, it acts as its own entity. You can simply add it to any other posts or page or gallery without having to re-upload it. The main benefit to using a content management system like WordPress rather than building static pages by writing codes is that you will have flexibility. In this system, you can create, edit, reorganize, reassociate, and delete any piece of content at any point of time without having to worry about other pieces of content being affected. The system itself will know what to do and help keep everything in order. If you add a new post, WordPress puts it at the top of the index page. If you change a publishing date, WordPress will reorganize the post in chronological order. You can also schedule a post which will be published at the specific time in the future. In this chapter, we will learn ways of using the content management features within the WordPress. The content management section of the admin panel is found on the left side in the admin menu. From here, you can manage your posts, pages, media, and the comments. If you use a plugin to add extended functionality like forms or polls, they will also typically show up here. When you click on each of these content types, you're taken to the backend index of that type. For example, if you click on pages, then all the pages that you have created will be shown here. If you click on media, then you will find all media items you uploaded to your site and so on. From this view, you can do several things like use the search bar to search for individual items. Sort the items based on various options, including title, alphabetically, and date, chronologically. You can even use the filters at the top. On the top right-hand corner, you can see screen options, from where you can choose what you want to see on these index pages, and also how many items you want to see on each page. When you hover over each individual items, options like Edit, Quick Edit, Trash, and View will appear. In order to edit them, you can either click on Title or click on the Edit button that appears. If you don't want an item, you can simply place it in Trash, or if you want to check how it looks on the website, you can click on View option. They provide all the necessary information about all your items in a simple to understand package. When you installed WordPress, you had three pieces of content. You had a post called Hello World, a page called a sample page, and you have one comment to the Hello World post. So now we are going to trash the Hello World post and the sample page as well. To do so, I will go to the posts index first, find the Hello World post, which will be here in the list, and simply select and click to trash. The Hello World post is not actually deleted, it is actually in the trash bin. You will see up here that there is one post under trash. So to delete it completely, you have to go into trash and then click delete permanently. And yes, this trash option is helpful when you accidentally trash a post or page because you can also restore it back to where it was before. Now let's go to the page named sample page and check its URL. You will see that the URL to sample page is sample-page. If you trash this page from the Publish panel, it will exist in the trash bin. Now if you try to create a new page with the same name, that is a sample page, WordPress will auto-generate a new URL for you, but this time the URL is going to be sample-page-2. It is because we have not permanently deleted the previous sample page, which is in the trash bin, has the original URL still existed. This is quite a common thing and people are not really aware why -2 is appearing in their URL. As you would know that the URL is a duplicate to another similar URL. Now you know it means you already have an existing page or post with the same URL. After creating new posts or pages, you may find that you need to make some quick changes. You might want to change the title itself or the slug, or even the publishing date, or maybe author or something else which are available on the post or pages. Most of these are quick actions and you don't really need to open the entire post in the editor. Instead, you can use the quick edit functions from the post or page index view. The quick edit function will appear when you simply go to either all posts or clicking on all the pages. You just simply need to hover your mouse over the field where you have one of your posts. Let's hover over this one, Introducing 2020. Now you see the quick edit option shows up among the other options. So let's click on quick edit. You can see that a small editor views open within the index page. Here you can quickly change the title and my slug. You can also change the publishing date and time. If there are more than one author activated on your site, you can use this drop-down to choose who published this particular post. You can even set a password, change the categories, add a comma-separated list of tags, switch comments on and off, and also change the status of the post from published to pending review to draft, etc. You just saw that quick edit makes it easier to edit individual posts, but you will find it more effective when you have to bulk edit several posts. Let's say you want to change the author of 2 different posts. From your index view, you can select the 2 posts in question. Then go to either top or the bottom, where you will find the same drop-down that says Bulk Actions. Then click Edit and then Apply. This part lists out what posts you are currently bulk editing. So here you can see it's a list of 2 posts. If you do not want to edit a particular post, you can simply click on the red X on the left hand side here. Then you can either apply new categories, apply new tags, or change the author overall. I'm going to change the author to, let's say, Trilogy. You can also change the comments, status, format, and also change whether or not these posts are sticky. Once you have made the change you want, you can click Update, and this change now applies to both posts at the same time. Unfortunately, you cannot bulk remove categories or tags using the bulk editor. If you want to remove categories or tags, you need to do that on an individual basis. To get the most out of the bulk editor, you can combine it with the search bar and the filters to find exactly the post you want to edit and edit them all at once instead of going through the tedious process of opening individual posts. using the media grid. While the index views for posts and pages are virtually identical, the media index is completely different. Rather than a list-based display, the default setting for the media index is a grid view known as the media grid. The media grid makes your media items easier to preview. Images are displayed in small square thumbnails. Other media items are seen in the form of a logo, which represents their file type as well as the file name. When you click on an item, it opens in a modal window and you can see a larger version of the image or document with all its attachment details. You will notice that this display is not so different from one you get when you insert a media item from the content editor. However, there are certain differences. For example, in the top right-hand corner, you can use the arrows to navigate between existing media items without having to close down the modal window. You can also use this window to permanently delete items, but remember, this is permanent. If you delete them, they vanish from all pages and posts where it was attached. You can even change the attachment details for any image or other media items. If you do so, that information is changed for the image or media item itself, as well as for the attachment page. However, the caption and alter text is not changed in posts and pages where you have already added the image. That is because the caption and alter text become permanent HTML component within those posts or pages. So changing these two fields will only affect future insertion of this image in future posts and pages. Finally, you can also see the name of the user who uploaded this particular media items and which post or page it was uploaded to. Some circumstances may arise where it may be useful to upload media items directly into the media editor. You can do so if you have a lot of images or a lot of other documents that you may want to add into posts or pages in the future. If so, either you can go to the media and add new in the admin menu, or you can go to the media library and click add now. This gives you a drag and drop functionality just like you get inside the content editor. You can drag and drop content directly onto the media library and add in the same kind of information as you would in the content editor. The only difference in these new media items will not be attached to any post or page, but will live on their own until you attach them to a post or page. The media grid also has its own bulk editor, but it's limited to only one function, that is to permanently delete content. If you want to use it, simply go to the toolbar here at the top, click bulk select, then select all items you want to delete, and then click delete selected. So now this will permanently erase these items from your WordPress installation. And if you have items in a page or post somewhere, instead of getting the image, you'll get broken HTML. So this is something you need to do with great caution, deleting those images. If due to some reason you do not like the media grid, you can use the button on the far left hand side of the toolbar at the top to change the display to a list view. The list view works exactly the same way as in posts and pages, except you have slightly fewer options. If you hover over an item, you can either edit it. This takes you directly to the attachment page editor. You can view the item. This takes you directly to the attachment page on the front end, and you can delete the item permanently. However, you have all the information you need on the right hand side, including the author and uploaded to. So you know which user uploaded this item and what items it was uploaded to. This can especially be useful if you want to delete items and then you are not sure if they are currently attached to a post or a page. This will also make it easier to detach an item from a post or page if you want. A media items can currently only be attached to either one page or one post, and there are certain circumstances where you may want to call up all the items that were attached to a specific page or post. In that case, you can use this function to detach an image from one post and attach it to another simply by clicking detach and then going back and clicking attach and finding the item you want to attach it to. This will not change whether or not the items is displayed in that post or page.